Thank you for helping me. My prince! Tammy's about to tackle something. Just give me 1 second. Whew! Hi everybody, and welcome back to Tami Tackles Everything. Thank you so much for showing up for yet another one of these videos. It's another bump date video, guys, and can you believe I'm 27 weeks? In fact, where I am now, I'm actually closer to 28 weeks, which is crazy. We say it every week, time is flying. Now, I know I haven't been tackling a lot of things lately, and it's really mostly been these bump dates. But guys, so much has been happening personally. So much has been going on with my body, with the baby, that for now, this is what it's going to be until we can broaden the scope of the conversation. I have a couple of stuff with me today to share with you as well. A couple things that I like, a couple things I've been stashing and stocking up on. And I can't wait to share that with you also. So stay tuned. So last time you saw me, I was in Florida. So I'm back home in Jamaica now, which is great. As soon as I came home though, Wayne had to leave, which was, you know, a little hard for us. We haven't been apart for so long, and I literally came home after 5 days of being away. And then he left within 24 hours and he was gone for 5 days also. So we had a little 10-day period there where it just felt like, oh, after all that time being together, being apart just felt so strange. But we're all back together now and doing really well. The boys and myself, as you know, we are not in our home. We're staying with my mother-in-law, which has been really nice. I feel like, you know, having another mommy around, which is so lovely. And so it's just been a really peaceful 4 weeks. We've been here for 4 weeks now, almost 5. I would say, I don't know if this is a pregnancy thing, because I feel like it happens to all of us. We sleep so well here. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm about to go into that 3rd trimester, but I sleep like a log. In fact, the big boys the other day told me that they came into the room looking for something while I was asleep. They turned on the light. They found what they needed. They left. I had no idea. But get this, Atlas, who is across the hall from me, did this, and I was jumping out of the bed, running to his rescue to see what was wrong. So yeah, I'm going between this a spiritual sleep on the house, 3rd trimester sleeping, or just that I'm just really relaxed. So it's all good. Let's jump right into what's happening with me before we go into what's happening with the baby. So I've definitely gained a few pounds, that's for sure. Now, I haven't checked my actual weight yet. I'm going to a doctor's visit in a couple of days where I'm going to be doing my gestational diabetes test, which is basically they check if you have diabetes while you're pregnant. For anybody who has ever done this test, it's a little different in Jamaica. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the Caribbean. I know in America they have a very specific like juice that they mix for you that I always hear women complain about, the orange or the red juice or whatever it is. In Jamaica we do, or at where I do my test, it's just glucose with water, but it's a very intense mixture, and it's very sweet, and you have to drink it, and you have to, you know, sit for an hour basically, and then they do your blood work to see if you have gestational diabetes, which, like I said, is just diabetes while you're pregnant. If you do have gestational diabetes, it means that it will result in probably having a larger baby, but it typically goes away. But I do believe that it could return as regular diabetes in your life as well. If you do have gestational diabetes, I believe that between you and your doctor, he will decide the next course of action. I've never tested positive for gestational diabetes, so I'm hoping that I won't this time either. Like I said, I don't know what I weigh at the moment. In our home renovation, moving, I left the scale at home, and I think I'll pick it up today so that I can keep a better track. But from what I can tell, I feel like I haven't gained that much weight outside of just like my belly. It's starting to definitely affect my breathing. So based on how large my uterus is, the baby is, and how everything is being pushed up, it's kind of pushing up against my lungs a little bit, and so I'm out of breath all the time. Just last night I was putting Oz to bed and I had to move him from one side to the other, and I always sing a lullaby when we're going to bed. And I was singing it like, in the land of lemonade and lollipops. I was skipping all words, all kind of things, but we made it. So yeah, I definitely get a lot more winded than I used to. Another thing that's happening with me is that I'm definitely very emotional. No, let's be fair, I'm a little emotional anyway, but I had a moment the other day, and I was just sharing this with my husband and my mother-in-law, where I felt her kick and I literally started to cry, because it just reminded me of the fact that this is the last time that I'm gonna be experiencing this and how much I'm gonna miss it. And even though I don't want to have any more children after this, I still feel quite emotional and sentimental about the fact that this is my last pregnancy. And so I'm really trying to soak it up and enjoy it. And even telling him a while ago, I literally welled up because, you know, it's an emotional thing. I went to watch my son at his swim meet yesterday, swim meet training, I should say. And I saw all the kids get in the pool to do their first warm-up lap, and I cried. So I'm definitely feeling quite a bit emotional, and I will cry at the drop of a hat. I'm still not having much heartburn. I only get heartburn for chocolate and some starchy food. But like, you know, 9:30 last night, I ate a burger and I was fine. I went straight to bed, no issues. So that's so bizarre. In Jamaica and maybe across the Caribbean, we always say if you don't have any heartburn, it means your baby not gonna have no hair. Now, if you have a lot of heartburn, it means that the baby gonna have a whole heap of hair. I guess we'll see. Speaking of heartburn, one of my favorite things to take for heartburn are Tums, but I specifically like these, the smoothies. I can't get these in Jamaica, if I'm honest, and I got these while I was away, but it's the best tasting one to me. With the boys though, I felt like Tums didn't work as well. I had to take this other one, I think called Gaviscon, was it called? Oh Lord, I wonder if I can remember the name of it. I'll look it up and I'll put it up as well. That one really worked for me as well, but this one tastes so good that when you take it, you don't feel sick. I only need to take 2 and boom, it's gone. Another thing that's become really difficult is the simple task of putting on and taking off shoes, putting on and taking off pants, underwear, shorts, anything that requires bending over. So while I was away, I got a lot of shoes that I could also just slip my feet into. Let me show you. Kind of like these. I got some Birkenstocks, but it's just easy. And so I got a lot of slides and stuff like that, because I literally just cannot be bending over every 5 seconds to put on shoes or take them off. Not that you'd be taking off your shoes every 5 seconds. I'm just saying when it is time to do it, it's kind of a pain. So that's been something. Another thing that started a couple weeks ago that I did not even realize was a thing was leg cramps. And I'm sure I've heard people talk about leg cramps before, but it wasn't until I was looking up this week what was happening that I was like, oh, it's a real thing. And it happens mostly in like my calves at night when I'm sleeping, and my leg will just go into a cramp and you have to just stretch it out. It's painful. It's actually really painful, and there's not much you can do about it. And you can, I mean, you flex and you try and stretch it out, but you know, you're in the middle of sleep, so you don't really want to get up and be like doing a full-on stretch in the middle of the night. But it seems that that would be the most helpful thing to do. But leg cramps definitely started, and yeah, that's a whole thing. So let's talk about the baby. So this is a week that we start to measure the baby, not from crown to rump, but from crown to heel. I almost said foot bottom. But now the baby is around 36.6 centimeters long, which is the size of a large leek, and the weight of a head of cauliflower, which is quite big. Your baby's lungs are now capable of breathing, and that's a big deal, is what it says. It says your baby is also getting plumper by the day. We're at about 2 pounds, which is double what it was just 4 weeks ago. So That's amazing. I love to hear when they're starting to plump up. I was also listening to one of these updates, and it was saying how this is the week where if, you know, God forbid, we went into labor and had the baby would actually have a 90% chance of surviving. And what happens is that every day, every week that passes, there's a better and better and better and better chance of surviving preterm labor or preterm birth. I get mixed up with the word sometimes, but yes, so that's kind of heartwarming, a little reassuring, I guess. Obviously, it would be under great care from the NICU and lots of doctors and stuff, but and all of that, but there would be a good chance of survival, which is just a sigh of relief. Stay where you are though. Stay where you are. Another thing that's really interesting is that this week the baby can hear us really clearly, and not just hear us, differentiate who is mommy, who is daddy, little brothers, grandma, which is amazing. And it works the other way around too, because this week, if you put your ear in the right position on my tummy, you'd be able to hear her heartbeat. Now, we haven't tried this yet, but if we do try it, we'll definitely let you know if we could hear or not. This is also the week that if the baby has hiccups, which is more than likely to happen, you'll feel the rhythmic. It's just these little bumps, they're so cute. I haven't felt that yet, but I definitely felt that with the other boys. And so I know that that is definitely coming, and it's actually really sweet. So I'm looking forward to that. Her movements have been bigger, still not massive, but I am getting my kicks, and now I'm feeling like what could be a little bottom pushing out, because it feels so different to say an elbow, a knee, or a foot. It's a lot more rounded, and so it's really nice to feel that. And so if I lay on my side, she will immediately start to do a little kicking on here or kicking towards a mattress. And if I lean on the other side, she does it another way. Her most hated position, as I've told you before, is when I'm laying back. Not a happy camper when I do that. So yeah. So now it's time for you to see the bump. All right, so there it is. Definitely popping. Off and popping. Higher, I think. And definitely rounding out in this area as well. So yeah, I got a few more maternity tops while I was away, and that's definitely been a lifesaver. But this is Le Belly. Look at it grow and grow and grow. Wow. I feel like this is my biggest I've been at this stage, but I could also be wrong. I mean, if you've been pregnant before, you know that you kind of just forget. And if it wasn't for pictures or videos, you wouldn't really remember. So do take pictures, do take videos, do not be afraid to document your pregnancy. I'm saying that, and I have not been very good about taking pictures this time. And I think it's because we vlog, and because I even do this, why I feel confident that I know I can go back and see how I really was. But if you're not doing something like this daily, I really encourage you to go and do it. Document yourself, take pictures, all of that stuff. I meant to mention earlier as well that I feel like my nails this go around have been very brittle. You know, normally people say how their nails feel so strong when they're pregnant, and that has been true for me. It has been true and it has been false. So I think with Jackson it was true, but with Atlas it wasn't. And again, now with this baby, I feel like my nails are a little bit brittle. So yeah, but my hair is looking good. Speaking of hair, I want to share with you a product that has just been a lifesaver, as well as a few other goodies. So I always have shied away from blow drying my hair once I reach a certain part of the pregnancy, because it just is too much for me. Until I saw this product on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere else, and I'm sure you've seen it too. But I didn't really believe it until I went to Florida, visited my cousin who has hair twice the length of mine, and she said it was the best thing ever. And she's a daughter of a hairdresser, so you know, and I'm the sister of one, so you know, we're very kind of like about these products. I'm always kind of like, does that work? Doesn't it work? I'm here to tell you that this product absolutely works for my hair and has been a lifesaver. And this is the second time I've used it, or the third time I've used it to blow dry my hair, and I love it. I know you've seen it. It's called, I have to get this right, the Revlon One Step Volumizer Original. And it's a hair dryer and a brush all in one. And literally, like, I'm not going to turn it on now because I can't plug it in. It's just so easy to use. Like, I love, love, love it. And I feel like it's been the only reason I've been able to like style my hair while this big and not, you hear me getting out of breath, guys? Whew. And so yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I literally added it to my Amazon storefront, which I will link below. Always gonna have it linked there, even though I forgot to link it the last time. I'm gonna link it, and it's there if you want to check it out. As always, full disclaimer, you guys know that I get a small commission off of qualifying purchases, but you can still go check it out. And I hope you guys like it too. If you've ever used it, leave it in the comments for me and tell me about like your hair type, because from what I see, women with all hair types use this and they love it. Some people don't love it, obviously, but for the most part, it gets rave reviews, and I know why. So I just wanted to share a couple of things with you that I got for the baby while I was away. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was the bottles I'm choosing this go around. Now, with the first two, I did the Dr. Browns. I want to say with Jackson, I did the regular nipple, and then with Atlas, I did the wide nipple to try and help with the breastfeeding. I love Dr. Browns. Don't get it twisted. I love Dr. Browns. And let me tell you, I really wasn't sure what worked, if it was the formula, if it was a bottle, why I just didn't have any issues with colic and gas. Very little, I should say. But I loved it. However, after months and months and months and months and months and months and months of washing all of the parts and sterilizing all of the parts, I said when I had Oz that there had to be a simpler way. Now, you might say to yourself, you know, what's the big deal? But listen, you are literally perhaps giving your baby a bottle for a year. That is a long time to be washing a million parts. And with the Dr. Browns, it has the bottle, it has a little cream bit that goes on it, then it has a blue part, then it has the cap, the nipple, and the top. Just saying, it gives me anxiety. So it was a lot of parts with holes that you have to clean and a lot. So when it came time to have Oz, I was like, no, I'm researching. And by researching, I'm talking to my friends who had babies as well and what they used. And this bottle came back as a winner. Let me show you. So I'm going with the Avent Natural. So these are the little bottles that we start out with. And it has the wide nipple, which is supposed to be reminiscent of our own nipple. Oh, this is a size 2. I need to get ones for this. But this was a lifesaver because as far as cleaning went, it was just these bits, which definitely makes it so much easier. Trust me. I did try the Tami Tippy as well, but I always found that the valve, and here they have one too, this little small part here where the air comes through for them. The Tami Tippy gave me a lot of issues with that. And so I decided that I would definitely be using the Avent again this go around. Now, I did not buy a lot of them because at the same time, I can hope that this will work for the baby. But depending on her journey and how she does, I could very well be back to Dr. Brown's. So, or another bottle. And I got these because they were larger and they're pink. Never had a pink bottle in my life. Are you kidding me? Little panda bear on there. But again, same top. And then what I do is I just buy these bottles and then I'll buy nipples and possibly a couple more once she gets here to see if she likes it, then I'll get more. Another product that I really use on all the kids and loved so much are the Mam Pacifiers. Oh, I don't have the thing around it. Mam is one of my favorite products for pacifiers. My kids never took any of the other ones, but the Mam Pacifiers they did. Unfortunately, these aren't available in Jamaica, and I buy them while I'm away, and I order them online, get them in. When I went to Target, they literally only had one set, so I'm going to be ordering those online. The newborn as well as 0 to 6 months, and it goes all the way up. So these are some of my favorites, and I'm going to put these in the store as well because they've served all 3 of my children and they've all loved it. And I really hope this baby takes a pacifier too, because it's literally been a lifesaver every time when I needed it. So some babies don't. Let's hope that she does. I also wanted to share that while I was in Florida, I got to see one of my best friends from high school, and she has 2 daughters. Hi, Becky. And Becky gave me a bag of hand-me-downs from her daughters, which I just thought, I love a hand-me-down, okay, guys? I think that they have so much meaning, and I'm so excited to show her, you know, her little niece in some of her daughter's clothes, and I just think it's just the sweetest thing. And the same thing with Tess, like to be able to get clothes from her is just so lovely. So I got a load of hand-me-downs from her, which are just so precious, and I'm excited for her to wear them. What is this? Is that like I wish you could feel the material. So cool and nice. And they live in Florida, so you know. Oh, look at this. What is life? So sweet. So you know, it's lightweight, nice, easy. And then she gave me little things like this for when she's a little older. Guys, I'm obsessed with lemons, by the way. I'm loving lemons. Look at the crisscross in the back. What is not this? Love that. I also did get some new things too though. So things like sleepers, socks, mittens, onesies, and a few little blankets I got as well. So let me show you those. I got to go to a Carter's store while I was away, and that's really where I did the main source of this haul. But I just got like little socks. Believe it or not, you go through so many of these socks. So yeah, got some little socks. I mentioned I got mittens, but I'm not sure where the mittens are. But I also got some sleepers, for everything from newborn to 3 months. So precious. Guys, my pro tip though would be to always get the ones with the zipper, because in the middle of the night when you have to change them a couple times, the buttons are just too much to navigate. So my one thing to you, and I think every mommy, I wish they would just stop making them with the buttons because it's so hard and everybody talks about it. Get the ones with the zipper, okay? And I promised you guys I would get some pink, so I did. See? And of course a little yellow. What is life? And I told you, the lemons are killing me. Ah, love it. I also got a couple swaddle blankets. Quite a few of these. These come in so handy. And these are like this muslin material, so it's lightweight for the Caribbean, which we need. Even though I will use an air conditioning unit in her room or in my room, there will come a time when it's just, you know, a midday nap with just a fan or whatever it is, and we just want it to be nice and lightweight and easy. We're not experiencing the dead of winter in Jamaica, so everything we have to consider their temperature and how they're feeling. Auntie Tessie, of course. What is this? It's a little swimsuit. Well, Tessie made a point. I've never had to deal with this, but she said she was so excited because this had snaps. And she said that when she had Zaya, she didn't get any swimsuits with snaps here. So she was very excited about that. And this is why I have to talk to mommies all the time, because they know things that you don't. I would have never known that that was a thing or not a thing. So yeah, between all her aunties, they got her all these cute little onesies as well. Nice and cool, sweet little stuff, really and truly. And I don't think we went overboard, which is good. So cute. Because like I said, just this week I had a friend who called to say, hey, I need to drop off some stuff. Her little girl now is growing up and out of her newborn and 0 to 6 month stuff. So she just put some stuff aside, and I always say, yes, please, thank you. Because then I know that I can pass these on as well once the time comes. There are also a few other things that I love, like the Sophie giraffe toy. Anything I can think of, I'm gonna definitely put in my Amazon storefront for you to check it out. So don't forget to check that link where you can see some of my favorites, and I'll keep updating it as we go along. There you have it, guys. That's my 27-week bump date with a little bit of, you know, extras put in there for you this week. So happy to have this community as always, and thank you very much for the love and support that you've been showing this channel. It's just outrageous. Every week when I see the comments that come through, they're so meaningful, they're so lighthearted, some of them so funny, some of you killing me, and I love the way that we're all coming together in this space just to enjoy what we're building. So I'm excited about that and happy for it, really. You know, when you do these things, you don't really know how it's going to be received or how it's going to land, and luckily so far it's been really, really good. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend who you think may need to see this video, who would enjoy it. She doesn't have to be a mommy. She doesn't even have to be a mommy to be. She might be a grandma, she might not be. Just anybody who you think would enjoy this. And that is, I know you're out there, you're just very quiet. I'll let you know how my gestational diabetes test goes as well next week and give you all of the updates on that. Enough love, guys. Mwah.